Losing weight is actually much easier than you think. Let me just guide you through. I lost over 85 pounds and I went on an aggressive fat loss phase where every day I was training cardio, eating healthy, and resistance training like 3 times a week, but it wasn't enough to develop my physique. I ended up getting, skinny fat. I was like 188 here and now I'm 168. So I've lost over 20 pounds on this cut while also growing muscle on the cut and the calorie deficit. So looking back at all of this, I formulated the 5 biggest tips I'm going to give for weight loss and even for just complete beginners. This is how I would lose weight if I were to just start all over again. 1. Activity and movement. In order to burn fat and lose the weight, you need to move your body more. That's, of course, a sedentary lifestyle isn't going to do it for you. Sitting in the chair isn't gonna do it. You need your basal metabolic rate to go up. That way, the more you move, the more calories and fat you burn. And basically what the basal metabolic rate is, it's a number of calories you burn as your body performs the basic life-sustaining functions like breathing and moving. I would also recommend 10,000 plus steps a day. If legs get fatigued, take rest from cardio or lower the amount of time you do cardio. What I like to do is, after my lifts or rest days, I would go on the treadmill. So I put the treadmill on 3.0 or 3.5 speed, and I do usually a 15 incline. Sometimes you can try 10 incline at first, but I recommend the 15 incline. You can also become more active daily. For example, if you work a job that requires a lot of movement, you're good. But if you are sedentary, you can walk outside on a break, or while listening to music, you can go for a walk, or while eating a snack. Just try to find times out of the day to go for a walk. That way you can achieve those daily steps. And if you can't, remember, at the gym, you're going to want to go on the treadmill before or after your lifting session. And, do 30 minutes to an hour of cardio. You need to find alternatives and just add them to your life. Make it sustainable. Number 2, resistance training. Now, if you only do cardio and eat on a caloric deficit, you're gonna lose some muscle. Not just fat, you're gonna lose muscle, water, and fat. And sometimes you may go overboard with it. So let me explain. You aren't giving your muscle groups any sort of stimulus, work, or protein to help them grow. So simply, if you lose a bunch of weight, muscle loss will also come into play as well. We want to stimulate the muscles and add in muscle growth during weight loss while burning off excessive fat. Does that make sense now? Yes, it does. We also want to build more muscle. That way, we add on more muscle and we look better. Muscle and fat weigh the same, so you would want to actually weigh more in muscle than weigh more in fat. I always recommend a fat loss phase first, then build up the physique after the first 1 to 3 months of a fat loss phase. This means just be more consistent with your resistance training, start lifting weights more. So, how many days do you want me to resistance train? I don't like going to the gym. I don't want to be a big bodybuilder. Trust me, you will look fine. You won't get that big, but even if you want to look big, like C-Bum, David Lade, anyone else, you'll develop newbie gains, and that will make you look bigger, make you more leaner, and just make you look more aesthetically pleasing, and not even as big yet. That's from years of training and other stuff we won't dive deep into. Yes, I'm talking about that. Well, 3 to 4 days a week is actually perfect, since you can add in all your muscle groups within those 3 to 4 days. Now, I'm more advanced, so I go to the gym 5 to 6 times a week, depending on my split and rest days. Yes, I am chasing the pro card. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. Here's a split I would recommend for beginners. I would recommend a 4-day split. Push, pull, legs, upper body, and then the 3 other days you can rest or do some extra cardio. My current split is push, pull, legs, rest, then repeat. So it's like an 8-day split. Now here's the exercises I do for each day and the split. Remember, a pound of muscle and a pound of fat weigh the same. So our goal is to have more muscle in certain groups of our body than fat simply, right? You don't want to have a bunch of fat in your abdominal area. You want to build on some muscle and do some ab work, and you'll look better and be more confident in yourself. Number 3, calories and nutrition. Calories in and calories out. It's that simple. When you think about it, the more calories you put in, the more weight you're going to gain. With maintaining your calories, you will maintain your current weight. And with a caloric deficit, you are burning or eating less calories than your maintenance, which is going to burn fat and make you lose weight because you are eating below your maintenance calories, your homeostasis. So, eating a caloric deficit, I recommend 200, 500 calories but below your maintenance. Here we have the handy dandy calorie calculator. It calculates your calorie maintenance and uses your stats to calculate how many calories you actually need to eat per day. So here's an example of mine. And no, you're not going to get away with eating junk food like McDonald's or Taco Bell while burning your calories and tracking your macros. Why should I track my macros? Because simply you need to know what you are putting into your body. How can you know when you're secretly stuffing Oreos or Chick-fil-A or cookies down your throat? You already added in like 500 plus calories from a few cookies. See what I mean now? I highly recommend clean whole foods or low caloric foods. It's always recommended. But once a week, if you don't go above your caloric deficit, then it's okay to add in a cheat meal or just something little. Do not fall back into the cravings. So here's a list of all the foods I highly recommend. I also have this list on my current Gaman program, but here's a list of the foods I highly recommend for each main important source of macros: protein, carbs, and fats. Now remember, starving yourself or forcing it isn't going to help you burn calories and fat. Trust me, bruh. Now with recovery, think about it. This way, if the car has no gas in it, it can't go out of course. No duh. It's the same with your body and losing weight. If you don't eat well and drink enough water or rest enough, your body isn't going to produce the right outcome. It's important to fuel your body with good sources of nutrients. That way, it can lead to muscle growth, fat loss, and energy is just going to come into play. Oh, and if you need supplements for improving your recovery, all you really need is creatine and protein powder. What is creatine? Creatine! My mom won't let me have that. She won't let me buy it from TikTok shop. Creatine is a supplement that is very affordable, but creatine helps produce more ATP, which is the main energy source for muscle contractions, which means faster recovery. Also allows you to perform better during high-intensity activities such as lifting the weights and cardio, and improving your strength, speed, and endurance. It also promotes muscle growth by drawing water into muscle cells, leading to an increase in muscle volume. Protein powder is a concentrated source of protein derived from animal or plant sources, but it's used to help build muscle, repair tissue, and produce enzymes. That way, it can lead to more muscle growth, muscle recovery, and protein powder is just a great way to get in your daily protein and fill in your daily protein requirements. So the 1 gram to 1 pound per protein is not an excuse. I recommend whey protein since it's fast digesting, low in calories, and helps grow muscle. I forgot to point out that your body needs sleep. 5 to 6 hours isn't going to do it for weight loss. There's a reason. I would do cardio almost every day when I was losing weight, then go to sleep for like 8 hours because your body needs to recover well after every workout session. You wake up with 5 to 6 hours and you're lethargic, you can barely move, and your body is freaking sore upon days. There's a lot of factors that play into this, such as not drinking enough water or not having a high protein, high carb meal for dinner. But most importantly, you're not getting sleep. So how can we fix the whole sleep problem? Having a purpose with your goal. And that brings us to point 5, your mental health. Mental health is a key component in losing weight because weight loss is a very draining and hard thing to do. You are going to be stressed. You are going to have days where you just unmotivated and you fall off completely. You fall back into the cravings. How can we become more disciplined and avoid these fall-off periods? It's by having an exact goal and purpose you can achieve. If I want to lose 2 pounds next week, that is a desirable outcome that I can achieve. Then boom, your dopamine shoots up. Now we set a long-term goal that is so rewarding for us. For example, like, I want to lose weight so that my family can be proud of me and I can look better physically and mentally. That's a great long-term goal to have. Doing goals for others actually keeps you more accountable and with yourself as well. That's why I mentioned that with having a purpose, you will have more of an intention to reject the junk food, track your calories, and you'll have a greater intention to get 8 hours of sleep a day. You can also be doing this for people that bully you or said all those hurtful things to you. You just want to be a better person or a human being in general. Just be a better someone and be there for your younger self, like what I'm doing now. Those are my 5 biggest tips on what I would tell to a complete beginner, to anyone who wants to start their weight loss journey, and how I would go back in time and start losing weight and change my life for the better. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for future updates and future videos. I'm gonna try to upload weekly, and I upload daily shorts and I post a lot on Instagram. So give it a follow, give it a sub. Thank you for your time.